All right, I want to talk about some like personal lessons. This is at the end of the course that I've created. If you're watching this on a platform that's laid out all the courses in one, go to the beginning. If you're on YouTube or whatever and seeing this, go to my channel and you can view some of the other courses the other videos that help you be an effective leader, run a sustainable business. But I'm just sharing some personal lessons now. This one is about debt. So this is like a common thing, want to leverage debt. It's cheap money. It can be, but I will tell you, debt is a big boys game. If your finances are not in order, and if you're a business owner, 99% of you business owners listening, your finances are not in order. Hard to hear, I know. It's the reality. Your finances are met. Do you understand them? Do you understand the categories? Do you understand how the money is flowing? Do you understand what's changing in the bank account? Do you understand how the P&L is different from the cash? Do you understand how revenue, income, net profit does not necessarily mean money in the bank account? If you don't, then you shouldn't be getting into debt, because debt is a big boys game. If you don't understand it, it will eat you alive. So here's my personal lesson from it. After COVID, right during COVID, we had a crazy ramp up in revenue. So in 3 weeks' time, our revenue grew 400%. The challenge with that, many challenges, one being staff and operations and figuring out the logistics of everything. But the other part of that is we sell on Amazon, not the only place we sell, but one of the places we sell. And they hold your funds for 14 days. So we have revenues through the roof. We have all these expenses to pay, but we're not getting paid for it. A line of credit at the time was like 3.5%. So we would just draw on the line of credit for like a week. Amazon would pay us and we'd pay it back. Well, during that time, our finances were not in order. It was really kind of a mess because e-commerce finances are really challenging when you have income coming in at multiple different places. You have returns coming back that are from 30 days ago. It's very hard to track e-commerce financing. Luckily, we did get this figured out, which I'll explain in another video about personal lessons of hiring executives. But what was happening was we took out the line of credit and we had implemented a new purchase order system. And the purchase order system had checks and balances, so it wouldn't process an order unless it was unprofitable. At the same time, I tried to hire the COO. So I'll go back to my video about the visionary and the operator. This is my lesson from that. I tried to hire the COO to run the business, and so the business was growing so quickly, it was changing so fast. I tried to hire a COO to focus on the daily operations, so that way I could focus on what the future looked like, which was incredibly challenging during COVID. And what he was doing was he was having this other person that was processing the orders. They would have all these orders that were flagged unprofitable, so we're paying to sell these products. And he was just telling this person, somebody else is working on it. So bulk check the box and approve. Well, what's happening is we have this debt, we have this line of credit, and so we keep drawing on the line of credit. So if we didn't have a line of credit, somebody come to me and say, Ben, I need money. And I'd be like, my money? Why do you need my money? What's going on? I would have dug deeper. But hey, Ben, we need a line of credit. Yeah, sure. Business is good. Send the line of credit. Hey, we need the line of credit. And we're like, we need the line of credit sooner and sooner. We need more on the line of credit, more on the line of credit. It was about a month and a half, maybe 2 months, where we no longer could pay back the line of credit. So $200,000 line of credit, and we could no longer pay it back. So Amazon would give us the money, and we could no longer pay it back. Because we had implemented this process to stop orders. And then we had somebody that wasn't getting into the weeds say, approve all orders, telling this person. And it was just processing orders unprofitable. And we had no idea because the finances were just not in order. So we didn't know if we were making good money. It was just things looked good, revenue looked good, and the debt was gone. Luckily, I had enough personal finances to cover that debt, I did hold the line of credit for a while because you only have to pay interest on it, but eventually the interest went from like 3.5%. I think it was like 11.5% when we finally closed it, and I just paid it off my personal funds. Debt is a big boys game. If your finances are not in order, I thought mine were in order. I should have known better during the time, but that mistake cost me $200,000 because I believe that if somebody had asked me for my money earlier, I would have dug deeper into the problem and I would have fixed it. So before you go into debt, before you go get a loan, a line of credit, whatever, make sure you understand your finances. Make sure. I'm not talking about you kind of get it. I'm talking about like you could be a forensic accountant in your own company. Because once you get debt, if you don't know your finances, eventually you will become the forensic accountant because you're gonna need to figure out what happened to the money. If you need help getting your finances in order, 365regroup.com. You can reach out to me. I'm not a CFO, but I'd be happy to connect you with my network of fractional CFOs. They're much more affordable than hiring a CFO. You may need a CFO if you want to work with me as a coach. I can help you figure out if you actually need a CFO. A lot of times a fractional CFO will come at like, again, a fraction of the cost, maybe 1/10 of the cost, depending how complex your system is, maybe 50% of the cost. But it can help you get your finances in order. Do that first, invest in that first before you consider debt.